So the first thing we want to do is save the game in case we want to make any changes. And that happens a lot. So I recommend always saving the game. And then we check on how many troops the enemy got, and their manpower pool actually went down a little bit. And we're going to have 2 special effects on the Battle of Shiloh, and that's going to help us out. So yeah, watching the manpower pool goes down is always satisfying. We're allowed to bring 40 units, but I can't imagine getting to 40 units. So we're going to go ahead and give our general a second star or a second perk, and that's going to give every unit in the entire corps special ability. And from this point on, I'm pretty much just going to buy every officer that becomes available for sale. And there's nothing else to buy with reputation. And I check out the weapons I have and the amount of men. Of course, I want to put all 12,000 men in the field, and the only thing I really have is a couple cannon. And I want to get army organization up because I want to get to 2,500 very soon. So I'm going to push army organization and medical for a while till we get medical to 10. And that's really cheap, so that's a no-brainer. And all the units, once again, will go up. We'll put mostly raw recruits into the army. The first click to the right for artillery replaces any men we happen to lose. Boy, that's nice. 1,700. So we might as well get at it. We're going to have to buy some weapons, but yeah, that's okay. Would rather get them for free, but we don't have any. So that unit went up. They all go up. And from this point on, most units will go up between battles, just putting in raw recruits. It's going to cost nothing. And I completely disagree with the idea of buying veterans to get 2 units to have 3 stars as quickly as possible. For the Union Army, the most important thing is to get all the units 1 stars, not get 2 units 3 stars. You need an overwhelming force. Yeah, this works. If you go up 4 points a battle in 10 battles, well, you're going to probably have 2 stars. And we got a bunch of, we got a couple of generals promoted, or a couple officers promoted to general. That's very nice too. We have to buy veterans here because we're too close to a star. I never want to lose a star. It's just, no, I'll spend money to keep unit perks. I think that was a mistake. I think I unconsciously, I bought some veterans and then I forgot to turn it back to recruits. So I spent more money than I needed to. So we have to place 10,000 men, and what's the best way to do that? Well, first of all, between big battles, you really need to move, to get officers in the best place, officers have to be moved around. So what I want is my best 2 officers will be corps commanders, and then place all my generals as division commanders. Starting with 1st Division has the best Brigadier General for right now. I only have Brigadier Generals. So I'm just moving officers around. I need to get these officers out of individual units, and I'm not going to spend any reputation getting generals. I'm going to create generals. You can buy majors and turn them into generals. It just takes effort. And when you get a couple of, just a couple of good artillery batteries, you can just start rolling colonels through artillery batteries every battle, and you'll turn a whole bunch of colonels into generals. 24-pound howitzers are just generating machines. So I'm just moving these guys around to get them in the right order. Yeah, and that looks pretty good. Really delighted to get a 2-star before Shiloh. That's great. Shiloh is a very challenging battle, and I think really a lot of fun. One of the most fun battles. So I'm not going to have enough reboard farmers to um, give to my green units I'm about to create, but I do have some free artillery. Might as well make use of that. And Shiloh is a great place to put new artillery batteries. So I'll create a couple of artillery batteries. Shiloh is a really weird battle. Your divisions get broken up, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm trying to see if I can get this guy a promotion by moving officers, higher ranking officers in, but no, nothing works. I didn't really want to do that anyway. So a couple of brand new 6-pound batteries. And we'll be able to make really good use of these in Shiloh, particularly at the Hornet's Nest. So in really big battles, it's a good idea to have some officers on the bench. Don't put all of your officers in units or in command, because in multiple day battles, you're going to take losses in the officer corps, and if you have officers that are unassigned, you can replace dead and wounded officers in camp during the battle. So Shiloh is one of those cases where we're almost certainly going to lose some officers. And I want to be able to replace any lost division commanders or unit commanders. So a few guys will be on the bench. Any captains can replace any artillery commanders who are lost. So I want to save the general and the colonel for to replace any dead commanders. So looking at the number of officers I have, number of weapons, and number of raw recruits yet to be placed, the right number for unit size seems to be 1,500, which works. And one of the most important things is to have 2 full supply wagons for Shiloh. Shiloh is going to drain supply, so we're going to need a lot of ammo, particularly bringing so many artillery units. So 2 full supply wagons is probably the single best thing you can do in Shiloh. So this undersized unit can always be merged with a bigger unit. We can do that. Okay, I'm taking a look at the numbers. I like to have about 100 men available to replace artillery losses in camp in the middle of the battle. So we won't need 100, but just in case, I'll have 100 men in inventory to replace any losses. Mostly artillery. I like to beef my artillery back up to full strength. So, okay, this looks to be pretty good. I have a okay bench to replace dead and wounded commanders while we're in camp in battle. And yeah, it looks okay. It looks this is going to be a lot of fun. I really am looking forward to Shiloh every time I get to do it. We don't get any buffs from our 29 reputation, so I guess that's it. We're off to Shiloh. Thanks.